Hi, Dave. How are ya?
How are you? Good.
I'm good. I'm so excited about our 5-day challenge coming up.
It's going to be incredible.
Crushing your cravings is very difficult, isn't it?
It can be absolutely. And that's why this is a challenge.
But we want to have fun doing it. And I think, one of the biggest hangups for addicts is like we do a lot of denial, and it's our brain, right? It's this limbic system, or what Bitten Johnson likes to call the red dog. And it tells us all kinds of, it's a liar. It tells us all kinds of things. One thing it tells us is we should be afraid to give up sugar, as if we're giving up our firstborn child or something. Our reaction to it is like Rumpelstiltskin just came along and said he's going to take our
That's
baby,
right.
right?
Absolutely.
And so we go into this like super protective mode, but I should be able to eat this. It's all about willpower and all of these different things that have their root in denial, right? But sugar addicts are different, right? Because we say things like, I can't stop eating. And I'm kind of quoting from what's his name from what's that
A
movie?
fat bastard.
Fat bastard, right? I can't stop eating. But sugar addicts, that really, like, that scene breaks my heart now when I see it, because I see it through the eyes of fat bastard, of being trapped in, I want to stop eating and I can't stop eating. And I'm eating up ice cream and acting like someone else in my house did it. And I'm doing those things repeatedly. And what's wrong with me? And I'm ashamed of myself. And I have all these dirty secrets, right? I lied, cheat, and stole, my kids' candy, whatever, just so I could get my fix. And I just thought it was about willpower. So it made it hard for me to get out of denial. So what do you think about denial, or what's your experience been with it?
It's it definitely took me a long time to like get to this like understanding this like complete acceptance. I think it was like it was I went through a series of forks in the road. I was talking to someone recently about this. It wasn't just like there was this one thing where it was just like clear to me. It was like I kept kind of navigating this map, and there were all these forks, and eventually each fork was me challenging the beliefs that I had previously. So it was like it was a series of things. I think it probably started about 15 years ago, and then there's probably been some pretty big fork every 3 or 4 years where I had to really challenge it, and then it's like, oh, you handle the same question so many times, and eventually it's just like, well, maybe it's the other way. And then I did it, and it just felt so much easier. So that's kind of how I feel like I processed through denial. But every time I took that same answer that didn't work, it's almost as if the denial got stronger, which is just silly.
Well, and
But
for you were always thin, and I was pretty much always pretty stable with my weight until I started getting like into the prednisone phase with all of my autoimmune diseases and that kind of thing. And I think sometimes those of us that are thinner, we think, oh, we've got this under control, but a lot of us are managing things. I know for you, it was medication that was suppressing your appetite artificially. For me, it was diet of the week, buying those women's magazines, you know, starving myself for a while and then rationalizing, I can't do this anymore. I've got to eat, and then eating whatever I wanted because I've been so good, my little disease brain. Anna, you've been so good. You
oh yeah,
deserve this. You need this. Or just one more time. I promise it'll be different this time. It's always like you talk about romance, right? You flirt
absolutely, yeah.
with the food, right? And again, that whole thing, like the fear of missing out, that FOMO. Oh my God, what am I going to eat? I need this food. This is my comfort food. It's not your baby. It isn't your family. It isn't your, and I think that we keep sacrificing our health and our brain cells and our ability to process information and our ability to live a life worth living. We just like sacrifice that one bite at a time to get that,
Right.
right? And we don't
We
understand.
are constantly sacrificing our happiness for pleasure. And the bad thing about pleasure is it's gone like that. It's just it's over. And then you're left in really sadness.
Right. And the
So
higher the highs, the lower the lows.
that's oh man, the
Harder to
roller coaster
get
ride is
high.
insane.
And so you stay lower longer. And this is
Absolutely.
that vacuum or that pain where you find yourself like going to the doctor and saying, I'm so depressed, and being put on an antidepressant, or you feel low level anxiety all the time and you go and you get that anti-anxiety medication, and you don't ever get to find out like what would it be like if you just, if you just got rid of that sugar and those grains, just like for 21 days, and just experience for yourself, how do you feel, and give yourself time to get comfortable getting uncomfortable. And that's what we really want to provide for people in this 5-day Crush Your Cravings challenge, is a framework, a support system, and the honest truth, because it isn't easy. It's simple. It's simple to do what we're going to be asking you to do, but it's definitely not easy. But we truly believe anyone can do this. Do you know, yesterday in Dave's group, a lady reached out to me in the chat box, and she said, "You're right, Anna, anyone can do this." She said, "I'm a baker and I do it." She's a baker.
I know her. Yeah.
And she does this.
Yeah.
She
She's a
doesn't,
pastry chef. Yeah.
she doesn't eat grains. She doesn't taste what she bakes.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I loved it because Dave and I don't want to say we're hard asses, but we believe that one of the biggest reasons people fail at quitting sugar or changing some addictive behavior is that perception that nobody understands me, right? And my family doesn't support me. They keep their junk around. And we say, you know what? I don't want to say it this way, but I'm going to, because I'm a smart ass. That's how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you're a baker and that's your livelihood and you own a bakery.
That's right.
Sometimes you have teenage kids who have their own jobs and they're going to bring junk in the house all the time. What we want to tell you is don't allow yourself to deny the fact that you've done hard things. We believe you've done hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Dave, he got off of his medication. Was that hard, Dave?
That was real hard. Oh yeah.
How many
That
years
was hard.
were you on it? Was it Adderall or what was it?
I was on something like Adderall, Concerta, or Ritalin for 25 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I divorced a man. I'm a recovering addict. I divorced a man 13 years older than me, and it was a denial relationship. I was in denial. I thought he was paying the bills. He's older than me. He's responsible. I found out, no, he wasn't. And I was like $40,000 in debt and didn't know how to write a check.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was hard with 2 kids, David, to leave somebody and learn to be responsible for myself without any support financially or otherwise from my family. Because I had been addicted for a long time and my family wasn't thinking that, things were going to be happening for me. And now,
Sure.
32 years later, I'm one of my family's favorite people. That's what changed.
Isn't that amazing?
So I just need to, I just need to put it out there that we've done hard things, and it is hard, but it's freeing and it's rewarding to do difficult things so that you can get what you need out of life, a life that you're not constantly, I call it Dave knows this, I call it the food mosquito. What can I eat? When can I eat it? How much can I have?
Yeah.
I used to be eating my breakfast and, usually a big old bowl of crap cereal and thinking, when can I eat next? And I had to have I had food emergencies, right? Because my blood sugar was so unstable. So I had snacks everywhere, in my purse, in my car, at work, in my locker, everywhere.
Absolutely. I kind of look at it this way, like when you play poker and you put your chips in, you get your cards, right? You can't trade in your cards. They're your cards. You have to play your hand. You can stop betting, but you have to play your hand. So these are the cards I was dealt, right? And I had to play them, and it wasn't easy. But in the end, the game turned out pretty good. So I think everyone can do this. So
I love that. The game turned out pretty damn good, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Our whole purpose, it is a privilege for us to help other addicts fully recover. And we both believe addiction is one disease, many outlets. And
that's right. Yeah.
Always saying, what are you saying about that big ship?
Oh, you're changing seats on the Titanic.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. It's sinking either way. The view changes though.
On the Titanic. So those of you that, maybe you looked at this because, it's drug addiction, this and that. Well, guess what? Drug addicts, we believe, alcoholics, whatever, that the gateway drug is sugar. And so, if you want some help and you want to have some fun, uh, and you want to have tools that actually work, that force you to get out of denial, because that's what we're going to help you. We're going to help you look in the mirror. I'm not going to lie to you. This is not something for sissies, but I promise you, you will shed off the denial. You will shed off the guilt and shame, and you will have fun with us. And it's 5 days of your time. And oh yeah, did we tell you it's free?
It's
Coffee
free. Oh yeah.
free.
We just want to help.
So, so you know what? Show up for yourself if you want to. I will post a link below this video so that you can just directly sign up.